Jerome Bruner was a towering figure in psychology and education, whose career spanned over a century of profound change. He bridged the gap between behaviorism, the cognitive revolution, and cultural psychology, leaving a legacy that continues to shape how we understand learning today. Bruner believed that learners are not passive recipients of information, but active participants in constructing knowledge. His work laid the foundation for many educational practices we see in classrooms around the world, from discovery learning to the importance of culture in shaping meaning. In this video, we'll explore Bruner's groundbreaking theories, their impact, and why his ideas remain so influential. In the mid-20th century, psychology was dominated by behaviorism, which focused solely on observable actions. Bruner, together with colleagues like George Miller, challenged this view by launching the cognitive revolution. He founded the Harvard Center for Cognitive Studies in 1960, shifting the focus back to the mind. Bruner's research delved into perception, memory, and decision-making, emphasizing that our mental processes are active and shaped by our needs and cultural backgrounds. His influential book, A Study of Thinking, explored how humans categorize and form concepts, laying the groundwork for modern cognitive science. Bruner was a leading advocate of constructivism, the idea that learners actively build their own understanding. He argued that students learn best when they discover principles for themselves, rather than simply memorizing facts. This approach, known as discovery learning, positions the teacher as a facilitator who provides resources and guidance, allowing students to explore, experiment, and draw their own conclusions. The goal is to create independent, autonomous learners who know how to learn, not just what to learn. This philosophy has become a cornerstone of progressive education worldwide. To explain how we store and encode information, Bruner identified three modes of representation: enactive, iconic, and symbolic. Enactive representation is action-based, where knowledge is stored through physical actions. Think of a baby learning to shake a rattle. Iconic representation is image-based, relying on mental pictures and visual summaries, like recognizing a dog by its appearance. Symbolic representation uses language and abstract symbols, such as reading or understanding mathematical formulas. Bruner believed that complex concepts should be introduced through these stages, starting with hands-on experiences and moving toward abstract thinking. Bruner's spiral curriculum is a teaching approach where foundational topics are revisited multiple times, each time at a deeper level. He famously stated that any subject can be taught to any child at any stage, as long as it's presented in an intellectually honest form. The spiral curriculum ensures that complex ideas are first introduced simply, using hands-on or visual methods, and later expanded with more abstract logic. This approach helps students build a connected web of knowledge, preventing rote memorization and encouraging deeper understanding over time. Bruner's later work emphasized the social nature of learning, drawing inspiration from Lev Vygotsky. He introduced the concept of scaffolding, which refers to the temporary support provided by teachers, parents, or peers to help learners master new concepts. Scaffolding involves breaking tasks into manageable steps, directing focus, and gradually withdrawing support as the learner gains confidence and independence. This approach highlights the importance of interaction and language in cognitive development, showing that learning is not just an individual process, but a social one. In the latter part of his career, Bruner turned his attention to cultural psychology and the power of narrative. He argued that human psychology cannot be fully understood without considering the cultural context in which individuals live. Bruner believed that storytelling is central to how we make sense of the world, construct our identities, and understand reality. Through works like Acts of Meaning and The Culture of Education, he explored how narratives shape not only education but also social institutions and the law, emphasizing that culture provides the tools for human thought. Bruner's philosophy of education was not just descriptive but prescriptive. He proposed how instruction should be designed for optimal intellectual growth. He believed the ultimate goal of education is to foster intellectual development, not just rote memorization. Bruner outlined 4 key principles for effective instruction: predisposition to learn, structure of knowledge, sequence of presentation, and reinforcement. By focusing on these principles, educators can create environments that nurture curiosity, critical thinking, and lifelong learning, empowering students to become autonomous learners. Jerome Bruner's influence on psychology and education is profound and lasting. By challenging behaviorism, he helped make cognition a central field of study. His theories on discovery learning, the spiral curriculum, and scaffolding continue to shape modern curricula and teaching methods worldwide. Bruner's later work on narrative and culture broadened the scope of the social sciences, showing that humans are active, meaning-making agents shaped by tools, symbols, stories, and social interaction. His legacy endures in classrooms, research, and the ongoing quest to understand how we learn.